All right, y'all. Gravel driveway coming off of the road. And it's treed up towards the top of the hill. You've got a fenced-in area, which I'm sure is to help prevent deer. Okay, I guess I'm now confused. Oh no, this is it. I'm recognizing it now. So here we are. From a distance, the roof looks in decent shape. It's definitely an old log, probably an old log fishing cabin, or, you know, summer house type thing. Likely the garage was added later. All right. So I would say pretty kind of natural vegetation here. It looks like a little cherry tree there. Gorgeous hydrangeas. Electrical service coming in. Cable coming in, or maybe phone coming in. As I mentioned, this kind of garden space. So if you're into gardening, there's a really sunny spot here. Looks like there's some vegetable trees, etc. in there. Gravel driveway, which to me is a lot easier to maintain than cement. Definitely more updated window there. Side door from the garage to the house, which is going to be pretty convenient. A basement door. We'll see when we get inside if that's the only way into the basement. Maybe there's stairs inside and stairs out. That my house is that way. Here's how we get into the garden. Definitely have air conditioning here. Climbing roses. Kind of feels like maybe no one's staying here right now because the yard feels a little overgrown to me. Neighbors look well established, like they've been here a good long while. Older windows in the basement. Double pane windows here. And my guess is this is your side yard. Well, maybe not all of it. Interesting. Your property line is maybe from here over, and then theirs is over there. At one point, this was a place for somebody to bring their boat in. I don't know what the buoy situation would be like here because it's pretty narrow. So it would definitely be worth asking. I see buoys across the way, but okay, here we go. Never mind. Just had to get in a better position. So there is a buoy in front of this house, it looks like. If it isn't for this house, it's for that little cabin next door. But tells me you could certainly put a buoy in. You can see people, you know, a lot of people back in the day probably had a boat launch here. Septic, probably the drain field is nearby as well. All right, garage has a cement slab. The door drags a little bit. Single door, single car garage. Has some pretty good length. So you could have a workbench or something back here. The windows and doors are original, so that's, you know, not insulated or anything in there. It's a little warm. Really, everything looks pretty buttoned up. So far, all the log siding looks in really good shape. It's like log clad. I don't think the logs go all the way through. I'll verify that when I get inside, but it just looks like it's more of a facade. It's only a couple inches deep. So look of a log cabin, but probably not a true log cabin. Very charming. Okay, we enter onto tile floor. I think that's ceramic tile. It could be a tile laminate. Ceramic tile. So far, no unusual odors. Wood doors. I think they're hollow core. Likely there's going to be hardwoods under this carpet, just based on the age of this home. It would really surprise me if there isn't. Small wardrobe closet here. That's a twin. Easily a queen could fit in here, or a full. That's the first room on the right when we come in the door. Okay, good. We'll head down to the basement in a little bit. So this looks like wood laminate. Looks like real wood, but it's, I think, a laminate. Wood burning stove, big, giant living space. You know, easily you could put a dining space here. It would be really cute to do like a banquette. So, you know, a couple of benches and a table slid in here. But frankly, there is such a big living room. You know, you could run a dining zone in here. This looks like a granite, ceramic top, electric. Newer cabinets. They're actually pretty nice quality, look like cherry. Not necessarily a dovetail, so maybe they're not as good a quality as they look. The exterior wood looks really good. The how they're built is, you know, not top of the line, but also I would say they got remnants on the granite because the seam here is not terrific. Undermount sink. I mean, it's livable, you know, like you could live with that granite, but maybe sometime you want to update that. I'd be tempted to put a glass door in there. These are all double pane aluminum, but there's no frame. So they're like frame-less. So these do not open. Probably the importance of having the air conditioning. Covered deck, little gate out to the yard. Obviously, it's super nice to have a walkout beach. And then this will be tons of boat activity coming and going through here. So you'll never be bored, ever. Road noise is not bad. You know, it's pretty slow traffic on that bridge. You'll definitely get some noise, but it's not loud, like unbearable or anything. Ceiling height is probably appropriate to the age of this home. So maybe 7'6" ceilings. No popcorn, no paneling that I'm seeing on this level anyways. And here's the hallway bath. This has been updated. This is just a vanity kit, probably, you know, a Home Depot type kit. Soaking tub, shower, tile surround. They did put a little window in here for ventilation. There is a vent fan though. You know, I'm not seeing anything that is alarming. I feel like there are things you can do to make it, you know, like change out the doors and such. There is not an ensuite here, but this is the biggest bedroom. So we'd have 2 bedrooms on this floor and then the 1 bath. And now we will head downstairs. Carpet on the stairs. The stair risers are normal footing. They're a little narrow, but not bad. No unusual smells in the basement. Tile here. Laundry area. Storage. So your furnace and water heater are in here. That's the door that we saw from the outside. So this little family room area. They've not gotten to drywalling. They haven't finished off the insulation, but there's lighting, etc. here. This is where, you know, the boat would have used to be pulled into the basement because this was more like a utilitarian space. And then this is all just potential. So huge family room. And definitely a laminate, and this might be a vinyl. And you know, this would be slab on grade. So you have to be a little cognizant of what you put down on a slab because moisture. But this is a huge space, tons of potential, not finished. So, you know, no insulation, no drywall. Nice ceiling height though. This might even be a little taller than upstairs. I think once you put drywall on it, it'll probably be about the same height, maybe a 7'6". And then this is functioning as a bedroom, but no egress here. So if anything happened, whoever was staying in this space would have to breeze out that way. And then we have another bathroom. And again, unfinished, but it looks like they've used this bathroom for sure. Lots of storage in like a crawl space area, so that could be converted to a closet. So this is Balzo.